Hi everyone, this is week 4. We are finishing up our 100 items to declutter, inspired by Shannon Torrens. And today we're tackling the last 25. Today's list is going to be things that are about beauty. Not that I'm beautiful, but it takes a lot to make this happen. And even then it can use some more help. Okay, guys, so we're looking at old makeup, nail polish, brushes, hair stuff, all that kind of stuff. We're going to look in bathrooms under the vanity sink. We are going to look at things like buttons, projects, some odds and end things like things in our car, maybe garden tools, those type of things. So we are going to be all over the house and outside for this. Come on and let's do it. Guys, welcome to my bedroom and my dressing vanity. We have several things on the list that are for here. So the first 11 items have to do with beautification, grooming, maintenance, that kind of stuff. So the first item on the list is old makeup, and makeup cases is the second item. So all of my makeup is in this drawer. I still have my Laura Geller little palette, and I do use this. I tend to use it more whenever I'm traveling, but it's a keeper. I have some base foundation. I don't use that a lot, but I do use it. And then I have some eyeshadow, Physicians Formula. I have to be honest with myself. I don't use this because this one here has some eye up top, and I don't ever catch myself going for this, so I'm going to declutter this one. I do have a couple of extra brushes. I'm hanging on to those, so whenever they get old, I have replacements, but I mean literally like 2 brushes, and then I'm okay keeping that. So let's pull this out. This is all the makeup, and something is happening. Uh-oh, this one is kind of leaking. All right, I think that will fix it. See, it's a good thing I checked. I must have not tightened it on my last. Interesting. The gold finish is coming off of this mascara. It's L'Oreal Telescopic. So I think it's really old. I say like a year old. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this go. Okay. So I'm also gonna go ahead and wash all my brushes. Again, I don't have a ton of brushes, but I'm gonna wash these, and we're keeping them, and I have to wash them because everything was made into a mess. So we'll wash this one too. This is my little powder. It's fine. Oh my goodness. And I do have this little Physicians Formula blush. So when I don't take my big palette, I'll use this one instead. Okay guys, so I am letting 2 things go off of makeup cases. I previously looked through my travel stuff and I decluttered a little makeup bag there. I don't think I have any more cases. No, I don't have any more makeup cases. Okay, the next item are, I can't speak English. I keep mixing up is and are. The next item is, but when it's plural, it's brushes. So that's an R. The next items are brushes and combs. I did it, English 101. Okay, so let me bring you in a little bit closer. In this little area, I have my brushes and my combs. And I think we're gonna have to wash all of this like while we're at it. Okay, do I use this? I know you can like give yourself some height. I'm just not good at using a teaser. But when I have a little bald spot in the back, that helps it, right? I need to hold on to it and then actually use it. Okay, I'm gonna look in this drawer here because I have another brush. My husband is always using my brush when we travel. So I'm gonna pull this out and have him put it in his travel bag. But he does not need the ponytail holder. That one I'll keep. And the other brush I have is this, and I use this one more when I am getting ready for bed. It's a boar hair brush. I think it's just a little bit softer. I don't know if it helps more with flyaways. It feels like it does. And I have this. I don't use this because I have that other one. So I'm gonna let this one go. Let me know if you use these brushes or not. And if you have a favorite brush. I know it's silly, like it's a basic, but let me know because I'm always on the lookout for something else. I think I am gonna put it in here so I use it. If it's tucked away, I'm not using it. Brushes and combs, we're relocating one for my husband's travel, and then this one is gonna be donated. Next things on the list are, let's just do one, old hair dryer. I have numerous hair dryers. The last time we decluttered, I did Charlie's Angels. This actually was sticky and I was able to wash it off, but I have not used it. And I don't have a round brush anymore because the brush I use is this one that's got the dryer attached to it. So I do think I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this. I do have others in the guest bedroom if I need to use it. And I have a travel one that I could always use. So we are going to declutter. Yes, awesome. This I think is also a diffuser. I have used this on it. I don't have another diffuser, but I'm okay with it. I just don't use it enough. So we are gonna let that go. And now this drawer is empty. I love that. Let me go get my hair dryer that's travel and I'm gonna put it in here. Okay. My travel stuff is on this rolling thing under the bed. And guess what? There's a round brush. I think I'm going to keep this just because if somebody comes and visits and they need a round brush or they didn't bring it, then I have one. And yes, I know that's a just in case, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'd rather have something that somebody uses. And if I choose to use it with this dryer, then I will. So I'm going to move this one over. And I want to say that this dryer, the reason it's good for travel is it can be adapted to other countries. I think it has a switch on it for that. Yeah. See the 250 and 125? That's what that's for. So I'm going to move these into here. And that way, if I do choose to use this or a dryer, I have it right here and I think I'm good to go. There's curlers on the list. I don't have old curlers. I previously decluttered them, but I have curling irons. And so it could be a hair product. There is just hair everywhere. I have one for travel too, so I don't have to pack it up. And that's in my travel section. Those are the only two that I have. And then I have two flat irons, one that's here and then one that's for travel. And it pretty much stays in my suitcase all the time. I hate packing. If it makes packing easier, I'm good. The next item on the list is hair products. So all of this here is what I use daily. I have dry shampoo, some heat protectant, mousse, it's a tin, some Taming the Frizz, and this one is almost out. I have a refill behind it. So this is stuff I use every day. Because we're on hair products, and because on our list, it's going under the bathroom sink, we're going to combine those. So I'm going to look at the shampoos and stuff that I have under the sink, and we're going to jump ahead on the list and go do that right now. I recently did this, so we're in pretty good shape. I do have little toys for the kiddos. So everything on here, oh, I do have more castor oil. And I have another one of these, and I bought one because I didn't check here first. You have to shop your inventory first. I'm preaching to myself. I have hair products, I think, mostly over here. So I think I need to shift these to this side over here. So let's move that. Will that fit? Yeah. That's for cleaning jewelry. Okay. Love these stackable containers too, by the way. No, because this is some of my husband's stuff. So the like things with like, guys, that is where we get some help. So I have Epsom salt, and here's the other shampoos. I think that's his, that's his, that's his, that's his. I just bought that. I have a lot of silver shampoo stuff. So let's put the silver stuff back there. And I think we can put it all in here. And a lot of this is good. They're replacements. So I think it's just good to refresh my memory on inventory because I forgot about this. So I think we are good here as I previously decluttered. You know what? Let's go look in my guest bathroom at under the sink, which I think should be good, but also their shampoos, and see if there's any running out or if I need to refill. I'm giggling because this is my husband. I am not really OCD. I really am not. But I would not have thrown it in here like this. I would have stacked it. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. I think we're good in here with what I have. Probably one extra cleaning product than I need, but I'm not going to declutter it. It's still good. It'll be fine. So the extra shampoos I think I have in these drawers, so let's check that. All right, so we have those shampoos. That's a shampoo and shampoo. We have a lot of shampoos. Let's look in the shower. We'll turn that on. Okay. That still has plenty. That has plenty. Somebody must have brought this and left it, which is fine. Ooh, I need to clean in here, apparently. Shave cream. Somebody must have brought that. Uh-oh. Yeah, we're going to have to clean in here. See this? Oh, great. Okay. Well, it's fine. It's fine. Let's donate this one. I think it's pretty full. This one's partial, and those are brand new. So we will donate that. I'm pausing here just a moment because my brother's girlfriend's home, her condo burnt down, and I have extra product. She has nothing. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pull some things out and give them to her as a care package. And I will see if she wants that blow dryer with the diffuser as well. So there's no reason for her to buy stuff when I have extras. I'm just going to do a mind shift to think about things like that. And hopefully it will bless her. All right, guys, I took a little detour and pulled some more things out for my brother's girlfriend. and things I had extra that I'm going to share with her so she can save and not have to spend money on those things. Okay, the next thing are hair ties and clips. Now that is this bottom drawer down here. I have decluttered that before, but we are not assuming, we are forcing ourselves to take a second look. So let's do that. And I have bought one new thing. So I did buy these to replace the other old ones that I had, but let's start back here. This is a good, just general clip. I have worn these. I have two that are similar. I think I can let one go. I think I'm gonna let this bigger print one go. This is one that I just purchased. I do use this one. I don't use this one, so I'm gonna let that one go. These are my little hairband ties. I use these all the time, so we will keep those. And then I have these that I downsized a lot. There's hair everywhere. Surprised I have any left on my head with as much that have been coming off. All right, guys. Oh my goodness. I don't use these. They're sweet and dressy, but yeah, I don't use these. These are going to donate without the hair. Oh my goodness. Now I have all of these. I don't need all of these. I will keep, I have some, I think I have one in travel and one here, and I think I will let a few of these go. I don't need all of those. I don't use the darker ones. They can go. And again, I take these on travel. So mostly in here are bobby pins. Those are dark. I just don't use those. I use the silver ones mostly and the gold. Cat-like reflexes. Oh my goodness, yesterday or 2 days ago I was filming and I dropped everything. I am a klutz. My husband calls me a klutz, and it's true. I am. I can totally relate to that description. And I think we are done with hair stuff. Okay, so this is what I'm letting go. I'm actually going to probably put these in a Ziploc bag and see if my brother's girlfriend needs any of it. Otherwise, those will get donated. You figure you don't have anything, but this is why it's worth a second pass, even though I had decluttered before. These can go. All right, lotion and perfume. So let's start with perfumes. I only have 3. One I keep in my travel bag, and then the other 2 are here. Now, these are by Henry Rose, and one is called Windows Down, and the other one is called Jake's House. Jake's House is my absolute favorite. It's the first one I started with, and it's the one that I keep using over and over. But I also will layer by adding this one onto it. Look at me being silly. So I don't have any more to declutter as far as perfume goes. Let me know how many perfumes you have down in the comments below. I'm curious. Lotions. So I have these 2 on my counter, little vanity counter, and Wild Yam Cream, and then this one is a body butter. So I know I have some by my nightstand, but we're going to look at what I have in the drawers as well. And I have some more in my bathroom that are backups. I'm thinking, because I have them spread out, that I'm going to move the ones from the bathroom over into this vanity, especially since I have some empty space in some of these drawers, that it makes more sense to bring it over here. So let me go grab those real quick and I'll come back. Okay, so from the bathroom, I have this mask, which I didn't mean to bring out. Is there an expiration date? No. This is Suzanne Summers, Suzanne Organics. I have had this for years and I don't use it. I forget it's down in that drawer. So although it's not lotion, I thought it was, we are going to go ahead and trash this because I don't even know how old it is. I have these two, which are from my friend at All Good Things. She's on Instagram and Facebook, and it is tallow. This one has frankincense, and this one's called Glow. Now, I do use one right now all the time, Geranium Bloom. Once this runs out, then I'm going to switch over to one of these. All right, this hand cream I don't. I had it in my purse, but I think I'm going to put it in my travel bag because I like the size and I like to have something small on traveling. Okay. So this is some lotion that I made with my girls on a trip in December. And I haven't used it yet. I need to start using it, but I have a lot of lotion. So I think I'm going to see if my brother's girlfriend can use this. It's great to like put on your feet, elbows. It's got beeswax in it, essential oils, jojoba oil, olive oil. So I'm going to see, because she has nothing, if I will give this to her as a gift. That's the perfect thing. I don't like having backup in active inventory. Down here is where I have my castor oil and my stuff to make my face oil, which I refill in one of these little bottles. So this to me is where extras go. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in front right here. And I think that'll be good. Just want to make sure I don't have any more, and I don't. Right. All right, so relocate to travel, give to my brother's girlfriend, and trash. That's lotions. Let's move on. Next item is old nail polish. I have it in a drawer over here. Let's go check that out. This is where I have always just had my nails. Yes, I have tennis balls in here, and it's to like put your foot on and rub it, so it's like a massage type of thing. Okay, that one's fun. I try to go with clean products. I don't think this one is a clean one. But all of these should be fairly new. I think this is probably an older one. So I'm going to let this one go. I'm going to just double check my Amazon order and see how old this is. But I think I'm going to let that one go. This is my little toolkit for when I do my nails, and it's compact and it's fine. Let's relocate those. Okay, one declutter. Take a little trip. Take a little trip with me. All right, guys. Oh, the next item on our list is not thread. The next item on our list is buttons. So I decluttered before, but I have a jar of buttons. And I know Shannon on her original list said, you know, she normally cannot find the button she's looking for. And I have a lot of vintage buttons, and I just am not sure that I feel the need to let go of them. Let me know if you keep your buttons and what you plan on doing with them. I am going to try to find an old style of what we used to do back in the 80s with buttons, of sewing them on like men's jackets and blazers, and we were pretty cool back then. Did you hear what I just did there? I just missed it. Oh, it's buttons. I have space. I will keep them. That's part of the exercise, is forcing yourself to look at your inventory. So, do I need all of this? What we're going to do is we are going to keep out the unique ones and maybe the more common ones and see what we can get rid of. Now, I won't make you watch me do all this. I will probably fast forward, but I think the goal will be to get down to 1 jar. Whoa. And we shall see. I can at least get rid of the plastic packaging and that kind of stuff. And we'll see what kind of mound I'm going to make here. Can you see it? Oh my goodness. These are fashionable. They say so. See? Fashionable. Okay. I want to say these were either my mom's or my grandmother's. But yeah, I'm going to create a separate pile for those. And I noticed that this was kind of cracked, so that's kind of why we're going to probably get rid of this. Cortland fishing lines. Okay. Anything that are in plastic, no, those are a little bit newer. I'll move that over there. That's an earring. It could still be used for something. That is chipped and sharp. This was a test of my patience. I did some micro organizing here, and basically it had to be utilitarian or a special button, whether that was a color or whatever the case may be. So my keepers are these few little packets and this jar. And I just started sorting, like, let me pick all the red ones out. Let me pick all the purple and blues out. And then when I got down to the blacks and the creams, then it was a little bit more, they have to be utilitarian or a special type of button, like just have some character, that type of thing. And then I kept these little rings, and this is going to be my declutter donation because they are still useful. They're mostly grays and whites. This right here is my trash pile. I was thinking the whole time I'm doing it, thanks Shannon for having this on your list. But I'm glad that I took the time to deal with this and didn't just keep absolutely everything. Somebody might really need these buttons. Okay, let's keep going. The next item on the list is subscriptions. So that could be television, it could be storage for your phone, it could be apps that you pay for annually. Now, I know I have Amazon, Netflix, Stars, only for one particular show. And when that show is done, I'm probably gonna go ahead and cancel that. And we pay for storage. Now, I will tell you, my husband, I can see what he purchases on our email, and he signed up for something accidentally that was like $35 for a year. So I went ahead and challenged it. So check your emails, just especially if there's Apple purchases, to make sure that you're not being erroneously charged for something because somebody was clicking too fast, right? So that one is a good one to do. I know there are apps that can help search, and I think you could also look at your bank statements and your credit card statements to see if you have any reoccurring charges. That's one in particular that we have under control, so I feel confident about that. The next item on the list is your schedule. Now, some of you keep it on your phone, and I do too, but I also put this here so it's on our entryway so my husband can see what do we have going on, especially if I'm not around. I love that this one has like the full month view, and then it has other specific events. So my mother's anniversary of her passing is coming up, so that's what I just saw. I keep track of it. Just helps me to honor her, and the loss of a parent is like no other. But I think the point of having a revisit to your schedule is, are you overextended? Are you saying yes to too many things? And it's okay to say no. So for me, I'm going to help a friend tomorrow declutter. On Monday, I am going to go help the thrift store. I don't do it all the time, but it's time for me to go and help them. And Tuesdays and Thursdays, I go to yoga as much as I can. And it's those kind of commitments. There's other meetings that pop up, and if I don't feel like going, I don't go. And I'm okay with saying no. That is a great thing to pause and say, am I overextended? Can you share in the comments below if you have experienced an overscheduling of your free time, and how did you manage without feeling guilty? I think our community can all benefit from those tips from each other. I'm going to jump in here. I just want to say a huge thank you for Shannon for letting us use her list, and to my other YouTubers. We have Sam, Sarah, Jennifer, Jeanette, and Cammie. Thank y'all so much for doing this with us. I'm so excited to have collaborated with you. And thanks to you all who have supported us. Guys, let's just do a quick update. These are relocate. These are trash. This is donate. These are the items that I am offering to my brother's girlfriend. It is different toiletry items, the shampoos, hair products and stuff, just so she doesn't have to replace everything herself. The next item are old manuals and old receipts. So for me, we're going to go into my office, and in the closet, we will tackle that next. The whole closet's for another day. But I have decluttered manuals and receipts before. I'm just going to take a double check. It's more than I thought it was. But let's sit on the bed and let's take a look at them. I don't expect to go through all of this, so don't turn me off. Please don't turn me off. Okay, so right off the bat, this folder is for the house, and like it gives the interior paint, exterior paint, that kind of notes, and some receipts. And because we've had a few electric lightning strikes, these receipts and information has come in handy. So even though they're receipts, because they're kind of the home book, I'm gonna hang on to all of those. And I think likewise, this is similar. It's just overflowing, but this is for this main house. So these two we are going to hang on to. This is for a tricycle that I have that I had loaned to my dad. And I know you can get a lot of this stuff online, but if I ever sell that tricycle, I can sell the paperwork with it, and I'm okay keeping that one. This is the key fob thing I just got. These I just installed. They're the under the cabinet lights, GE. I don't need to keep all three of them. I'll let a couple of those go. I don't have to keep all of them, but it's hard to see what brand it is or remember all of that. So I think the other thing is my first house was broken into 5 times. So I think that's kind of why I keep receipts, is when you file insurance claims, if you have receipts, it makes it a lot easier. And it's just stayed with me. And that was back in the 80s and the 90s. Jewelry receipts I want to keep. If it's building stuff I want to keep. Expensive boots. And again, more from a theft perspective than anything. So these aren't all our receipts. I do let them go, but these are the ones that if we had a loss, I would want to keep these for that reason. I'm going to keep going through these and not make you watch it, and I'll come back. We got rid of 13 items, and I'm going to get them shredded, and that's a success. Every little bit counts. It was good to take another revisit through it. All right, guys, it is time for tea talk. In my case, it's water with cucumber and lime. So let's look at what's on the remainder of the list. We have 8 items still on the list. I'm going to speak to some of them, and then we will attack the other ones. Bad paintbrushes and tools. I am going to insert some footage here. I previously went through our garage and 3 storage units that had a lot of our stuff. We share those items with my mother-in-law. So in fact, I dropped the paint tub and it fell everywhere. So I did go through all of those brushes. We also went through the garage and decluttered old paint, and just recently did that. As far as tools, I went through our red toolbox and went ahead and decluttered what was in there. So I feel pretty good about both of those. I know I don't need to revisit it. It was just a month ago. Nothing has changed there. I am good to go. Another item is abandoned project supplies. And I think this could be home projects, art projects, although we did art in the 3rd week. Just think about, what do you have that might be unfinished? We don't have a lot of that. In our wooden storage shed, we have extra supplies, and that's the next thing that's over here. Leftover home project supplies. Because we're out in the country, we have extra wood pieces, PVC pipe, those type of things in our storage, and that's not something that we're looking to declutter. In our sea container, we have things like tile grout, extra tiles, extra flooring. And again, I feel more comfortable hanging on to those and storing them. There are some people that might feel comfortable going ahead and getting rid of all of that. What we have is not excess in that sea container. It's literally on one shelf. So I'm okay with that as well. So I'm not going to tackle those items on the list, but definitely do that if that's something you think you have ignored in the past and it's time to address. So that leaves us with 4 more items, and then we're going to be done. So we are going to head out to my truck, and we are going to look under the back seats to see what's in there and if there's anything to declutter. Now, recently my truck had been broken into, and they took everything, including my Bible. So things from the center console and things that were in the truck pockets. So I don't have a ton more, but they didn't lift up those back seats. So we're gonna tackle that. Okay, let's go. You could hear from my chimes that the wind was so bad. Also, my hair flying everywhere, and my shirt even flew up. So you're just going to have to deal with my voiceover. I did find a few things, and I'm going to be taking them inside the house to talk about them a little bit more in detail so we don't have to fight the wind and the chimes. Thank you so much for your patience with this. It was so windy out there that my light fell over once, and so I just brought it in. This is just Band-Aids and stuff. I think instead of having it in the back seat, I'm going to put it in my center console, so I'm going to relocate that. This is for putting in like your aluminum cans when you go to the river. I don't go look for it there. I'm going to put this with my beach stuff because it really needs to go in a beach bag and take it with us. So I'd never remembered that it's in that seat. I have this backpack that I put in there saying, oh, this will be good if we ever want to go hiking. We just grab it. I'm not going to remember that it's there. So I'm going to move this to where our travel bags are and add it to there. So it's more about relocate. I did find this, so we'll donate this. It's like a little toiletry bag. And then I pulled out a few pieces of trash, and then I need to see if this is going to work. It's not the best, but it does work. So I think I will put this in the center console as well because that's where I'm going to look for it. I'm not going to look under the seat. Okay, and then the last thing was my niece broke her bracelet in the car, and so that's the beads that I was finding, and we'll have to get that restrung from her. So I have 1 donate and 4 relocate items and a little bit of trash. Just kidding, guys. I went ahead and went to go look through my center console. I had 2 other flashlights in there. So I am going to probably take the batteries out of this one and donate it. It is not a great flashlight, so that one will be donate. I found 3 pins and parts of a pin, and then some paperwork that I can go ahead and recycle or trash. And then this little bag that can trash or donate. Nobody's gonna want that. All right, so I got a little bit more junk out. That's a good thing. All right, and the last items on our list are plastic pots, plants that are dead, especially house plants. I actually have a house plant that I want to up pot, so we'll tackle that. And then garden tools. Now, I did not take a look at my garden tools, and specifically, I want to go back to the wooden shed, and I want to look at all of our shovels and pickaxes and those type of things, because I think there's at least 1 shovel that I may let go, but I want to revisit that stuff. And in our pump house, we have tools hanging up, so we'll just take a look at those. And the plastic pots, I only have a couple out in the garden, and I was using a seed starter, and I was hoping to be able to plant into those. So I don't know that I will have any to declutter, but I will at least show you them, right? Okay, we're almost done, guys. We're almost to 100. I've got to go change into something that I can get dirty in. All right, guys, this is the plant I'm going to try to repot, and afterwards I might be able to get rid of the plastic insert. And then let me show you my other pots. This is some of my gardening stuff, and then here are some of the plastic pots. And literally, that's all I have. But I want to transplant my tomatoes and peppers into those before they get transplanted into the rest of the garden. I have so much work to do out here. But it is cold today, and it's not going to be today. Okay. Ooh, look at that. I think they're trying to make a nest in here somewhere, and I don't know where. This is my gardening stuff, and when we harvest, we use these 5-gallon buckets, and I don't really have stuff in here. This is all the stuff I actively use. But those little wasps need to get out of here. Ooh, I hate them. But yeah, I use all of this literally. So I'm not going to declutter in here, but I need this to repot that plant. All right, we have it replanted now. I'm going to feed it and hopefully it won't be in too terrible of shock. The wind was blowing, so that one's sticking up. That has a chip in it. I think it can go. And I have another one in the garden as well. We've got plenty. I think maybe one of those rakes can go. You can see there's a crack in that black one. So I think I'm gonna pull that one down. Okay, I went ahead and pulled out this extra as well, and we'll donate that. We have one other one that's newer, and we don't need two of them, and I don't know that we need one, but we'll go ahead and donate those 3 items. Okay, we are driving over to the sea container to drop off a tub that gets stored over there and to the wooden shed so we can see if there are any tools out of there, gardening tools or yard tools out of there that can get donated. Let's go. It's a bumpy road. Okay, let's take this over here. Oops. I gotta use 2 hands. All right, so here's where our empty tubs go. Our friend is coming next week to pick up her crafting things, but let's put this one away. Okay. I always look underneath to make sure there's nothing gonna get me. Come on. That door has seen better days. I think one of these pitchforks is my mother-in-law's. So there's a couple of hammers. So some of this might be hers and some might be ours. I think, I know that tapping bar is ours. And the one shovel for cement. I don't think I'm authorized to let go of any of this. Okay. Well, and then just to show y'all, because we have cleaned this before, this is all of our wood scraps and PVC scraps over there. So we're not going to declutter any of that. So I think we only had 3 garden tools then that we are letting go of, and the rest we're hanging on to, and that's okay. I counted, and guess what? Week 3, I said 57. Today is 57. Now, if I add in all of these buttons, it might be 1,057,000. It does not matter how often we think, I've already done that. When you revisit places, you can always declutter some more. I did add in some more toiletry type things because I'm sharing them with my brother's girlfriend, and I'm okay with adding those up because the whole thing of decluttering is it stimulates you to think about other things and to keep going. This pile might not look like a lot, but I did trash some buttons as well. I didn't count those in my count. And the pot that I just replanted, there was a wicker basket on the outside. I'm going to donate that one as well. So there are a few things that you're not seeing here. I'm so glad I did this 100 items to declutter. Thank you for Shannon Torrens inspiring this. Thank you for all the ladies in our YouTube collaboration for agreeing to do it. We know it was a lot of work, and hopefully it inspires you to tackle some or all on the list. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us, for watching the series. And just a reminder, all of the YouTubers' channels are linked in the description below, along with the playlist. I appreciate you. I'm going to close like my dad always closed his voicemail messages. Bye for now. Oh, you're still here. There are so many bloopers in today's video, so let's watch them. Thanks for staying to the end. To my other YouTubers, we have Jennifer, Sam, Jeanette, Cammie. I need the list. Okay, the next item are, I can't speak English. All right, the next item on our list is, oh my gosh, where's that hair? Okay. All right, guys, it is time for tea talk, except I don't have any tea. When we harvest a bunch of vegetables and stuff. Sorry. So, remember, this pile might not look like a lot, but and the gold. Cat-like reflexes.